What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of our Koiman Workshop series. Today, let's talk recycling. Now, we all have to do our job to keep our environment clean, and recycling could be a little bit tedious at times. You have to separate your garbage, then you have to drop off your recyclables. Well, today we're gonna make it a little bit easier for you by doing a DIY trendy recycle bin. So go grab your tools and let's get started. Hey everyone, we are back here at Koiman and for another DIY project, and today we are doing a trendy recycle bin. I got my man Ishmael the Rock with me. Let's get busy, right? Here are the tools and materials you'll need. One Kreg pocket hole jig. This is a little pilot jig, which is a great invention. I don't know who invented it, but it works wonders. Okay, so one hammer drill, one miter saw, one sander, one square, and one tape measure. You'll also need 4 1x4 10-foot boards, 5 2x3 10-foot boards, and 2 sheets 14 millimeters of T111. Cut 4 legs, 4 long frame rails, 4 short frame rails, and 2 divider rails to the length of 2x2 boards. Here are the measurements. Divider rail measurements are 1.5 by 22 3/4. Short frame rail measurements are 1.5 by 22 3/4. Long frame rail measurements are 37 1/4. And the legs are 1.5 by 33 3/4. Set your pocket hole jig for 1.5 material and drill holes into the long frame rails, the short frame rails, and the divider rails. Pocket hole jig. Kreg jig. When working on projects that call for tight joints, we recommend using a pocket hole jig or a Kreg jig. Clamp the pocket hole jig onto your workspace and drill angled holes with the special stepped drill bit. Then you simply align the 2 pieces to be joined and drive a pocket screw at an angle into the pocket to connect your pieces. The result is a strong and seamless hold that takes a fraction of the time to assemble. All right, what are we gonna do first?
Build the frame.
Build a frame. All right, so how long are these?
They're 33 inches and 3/4.
33 inches and 3/4. So this is gonna be our frame for our recycle bin. We are trying to keep our island beautiful and clean. All right, so let's build this frame. So this goes like this, right? Next, assemble the front and back frames. Lay out 2 long frame rails with 2 legs so that the upper long frame rail is flush with the upper ends of the legs. And then the lower long frame rails is positioned 1/4 up from the lower end of the legs. Make sure pocket screws are facing downward. Spread glue on the ends of the long frame rails and then attach them to the legs using 2.5 coarse thread pocket hole screws. Repeat this process to put together the second frame assembly. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 11 inches. Right there. Now we have part of the frame that we have built already. So basically it's the same thing. Same thing. So we have 2 parts. Okay. So now we got to put these together. All right. Now to connect the front and back frames. Connect the 4 frame short rails to the first side assembly. Align them with the long frame rails. Attach the short frame rails using glue and 2.5 coarse thread pocket hole screws. This is how. All right, that's one piece. So we're gonna put so we'll put this one down. I'll put this one over here.
Sorry, we're gonna just attach this
Oh, we're gonna attach this one to it? Oh, okay. All right. Aha. See, now I would have put these on here, but that's just me. I mean, I'm different. You know. Then set the second side assembly in place and secure it to the short frame rails in the same manner.
Come on this side.
All right, so you can go on this side, make sure she's lined up. Let's rotate. And get those screws in there as tight as possible. This is like a project that you guys can do. Maybe like you want to build a recycle bin for your neighborhood, which is also good too.
Now we're gonna put in the supports.
Aha, the supports. Those go in there. All right. And if you're not recycling, you should be recycling. I recycle at home. You know, something to take pride in. Your plastics, your cardboard, your tin, your aluminum. So you got to try to do as much as you can to keep our environment clean, and our landfill is, you know, doesn't overflow with garbage. Kind of in an awkward position there, Ish. Okay, there you go. All right, one more left. Take that. Okay. Last but not least, I'll find this going. All right. So there you have your frame for your DIY trendy recycle bin. And now we're gonna finish it off. Okay, so we have our frame. We added additional 2x2s to the top that have to go here. So now it's time for us to put in the bottom of our recycle bin. Now cut and attach base slants. Cut 6 base slants to the length from the 1x6 boards. Place the boards in pairs 1/2 inch apart. At that, the gaps between the pairs are larger at 1/3/8 apart. Attach the base slants using screws, about 3 screws per board end. Then secure the dividers in place with even spacing between the dividers and sides. So can I start?
Sure.
All right. So we're gonna, like I said, this is going to be our base bottom. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. That looks nice. So what's next? Now attach your T-boards on both sides, front and back. So this is our T111?
Oh, yes.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's rotate her.
It's getting heavy now.
Yeah, it is. It's getting a bit heavy. Then I stick it in the hole on each side. He said, I just want to make sure. See, I said 10 screws. Now it was 12 screws. So you're going to miss us just for a little bit, but we're behind here. All right, let's go. We got to rotate it. Let me tell you something. This was light. It ain't light no more. It got some weight to her. That's for sure. Is that it?
Almost.
Almost.
We got to finish with the cover.
Ah, we got a cover too? Next, let's make the lid parts. The lid for the recycling center is sized slightly larger than the base, so it will slide on and off the frame easily. Cut 2 long lid rails, 4 short lid rails. Cut 2 lid front and back rails. 2 lid end rails to length from the 1x4 boards to the following measurements. Long lid rail, 3.5 by 42 inches. Lid front back rails, 3.5 by 42 inches. Short lid rail, 3.5 by 20.5 inches. And the lid end rail, 3.5 by 26 inches.
We recommend using a pocket hole jig or a Craig jig. Clamp the pocket hole jig onto your workspace and drill angled holes with the special step drill bit. Then you simply align the 2 pieces to be joined and drive a pocket screw at an angle into the pocket to connect your pieces. The result is a strong and seamless hold that takes a fraction of the time to assemble.
Okay. We'll go some longer screws. Okay, so basically simple, easy. The top, you put your buckets, your garbage bins inside. In the end, you can paint it, you can stain it, you can get the chalkboard paint, so you can write exactly what goes in each bin. This is plastics, this is cardboard, this is aluminum. For more information, you can check out the website below, check the tutorial, or you can go to KouimanBV.com, click on DIY, and you can see exactly how we put this together. Until next time, this is Ishmael the Rock, my brother. Great job. I'm G Money. We'll see you at the next workshop.